Hey, so I want to come on and share with you guys a topic in which I've been trying my hardest to get out today. And again, I'm sorry in advance for the cars, the neighbors, the dogs barking. But I wanted to come on today to talk about how I eliminated stress in my new life that was coming up from my old lifestyle. And the reason in which I thought this was important because to bring up is because when we start unlearning a lot of things, sometimes we still carry old traits of stress into our new lifestyle. And I deeply realized I was doing that. One, I was I had to understand that I love talking to people and I love reconnecting with people, but sometimes when certain individuals call my line, it will be about drama, it will be about this family member, it will be about so and so, and I'm just like, that's draining. That drains me deeply because sometimes I would take on those individuals' stress, and then now I'm stressed, and now they get off the phone, they feel all empty and less stressed, and I'm just like, this ain't my problem, but I'm now stressed. So I realized I had to come up with a solution, and me and my therapist at this time back in 2019 or 2020, we had a discussion like, hey, how can you talk to these individuals and say, hey, I love talking to you, but can we not just call me to vent about things and leave me to now be stressed over your problems? So I realized I had to set up that boundary quick because I love talking to, family and so and whoever, but I don't want to be drained from your problems and you calling me about them and you're not trying to find a solution for your problems. That's not for me to take on. So I had to talk to these individuals. Yes, it was hard and it was scary. And guess what? It didn't go my way because they didn't like how I, approached them. Even though it was a nice approach and I had set up my boundaries, I wrote everything out, but they didn't want to hear it, and it's okay. So I told myself I did all I could so these individuals understand where I'm coming from, and I also said, hey, what do you think how we can better our relationship when we talk to each other? But they didn't want to hear it, so I realized, hey, moving on. I had to move on. So I realized they can't come with me and they can't talk to me about certain things anymore. So I said no to that. And when I said no to unwanted topics of when people will call me, I realized they didn't have really much to talk to me about. If it wasn't nothing about so and so this and so and that, they didn't have nothing to talk about. And that's when I realized, like, why are you calling me? So honestly, I eliminated that from my life, and that created less stress. I didn't have to, one, take that on. Two, I had to stop allowing myself to take that on and honestly say no. And honestly avoid the calls and say, hey, I can't talk right now, or what are you calling for? Like, hey, is this like, important? Oh no, I wasn't gonna talk about, oh, I'm sorry, no, we can't, no, sorry. That's for you to figure out, and if you want to talk about that, sorry. Not in this lifestyle. I don't want to be rude or anything in my way, but certain things are not welcome on my telephone no more. So yeah, that's one way I eliminated stress from my life. Another way in which I learned to be less stressed about is my finances. Thank you for the dear friends that helped me get better with my money, because I was stressing from bill to bill, paycheck to paycheck. And when I learned to manage my money and understand my wants and needs, that's when I had less stress when it came to bills, and understanding that I had to change my old mindset about money, because that's what was making me stress and thinking I didn't have certain, funds, or couldn't do certain things. So me changing my mindset about my money and getting better with money eliminated a lot of stress from my life. Another part in my life in which I had to dig deep is understand that I'm not put on this earth to, one, fix people's problems. Yes, I love helping people and pouring into people, but I realize if you can't pour into yourself, or you're not trying to, one, change your own life, I can't do it. Only you can do that. And that's something I had to realize, like, girl, I know you want to help people, but you can't help everyone, and you can't fix their lives. They gotta be the one to fix their lives. And the reason why I created this podcast and this YouTube is because I want to inspire people to, one, to unlearn and heal from their trauma, and understand that you can get through it, and you can learn from my life story and know that you're not gonna be stuck. But no, I had to eliminate being the fixer when it came to people's lives, and know that I'm not a fixer. So me eliminating those things from my life, and also getting a handle of how to understand not to suppress my emotions, definitely helped me a lot when it came to stress, because I was the type to hold on to a lot of things over the years, and then I could have an outburst, and then everyone was like, oh my god, we didn't know you was holding on to all this. And when I, one, learned how to manage to release these type of emotions, that's when I didn't have chest pains. I didn't feel, these headaches, or I didn't, feel it in my body. That's when I realized I had to learn how to release stress in the present moment, and not let it linger on into later in life, because it's not good physically, emotionally, and spiritually to hold on to your emotions when these situations have passed. So say for instance, me and my friend get into it, or I don't like something this individual said, I have to learn how to, one, hold my tongue and listen better, because I don't want to say the wrong thing and hurt someone's feelings based on a quick reaction. So sometimes I literally have to say, hey, do you mind if we take a pause, or do you mind if we can revisit this in a couple hours, because I need to get a handle of my emotions, because I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I don't want you to think bad about me or you. So that's something I have to do, is, one, take a pause when I'm feeling a type of way. So yeah, that's one way I had to learn to manage my emotions and get better at. So yeah, I hope that me talking about how I eliminated stress in my life can help you eliminate stress from your life. So thank y'all for, rocking with me through this video. Sorry, I know it's getting dark outside, so I gotta take my behind inside. I just didn't want to stop and record. I just wanted to keep going. So thank y'all for listening, and I hope that this inspires you to eliminate stress from your new lifestyle and to bring ease into your life. So how y'all say it? Please like, share, and subscribe, and keep following me on my healing journey to inspire others to get better in their life. So thank y'all for listening.